There's this one piece of advice that's so deeply rooted in work culture that it's almost not questioned. It is that the most senior person in the room should be the one that presents. It sounds sensible, doesn't it? After all, they're the expert, they're the authority, the one who knows best. Except it's terrible advice. See, when the most senior person is presenting, they're stuck on stage, they're stuck in the spotlight. They're busy looking at their slides, hammering their key points, looking like the expert, which is fine if the goal is to impress and not persuade. But if you actually want to read the unspoken tensions that are happening in the room, then having the most senior person speaking is the worst idea. You want them watching the room. Think about it. In any given meeting, what's actually happening? It's this kind of delicate dance of head nods, eyebrow raises, and all these non-verbal cues that we might not be picking up on. When people like your idea, they may start to sit forward. When they're not liking the idea, they sit back, or maybe they just check their phone. And the person with the most experience, they're not just bringing information, they're bringing that intuition of being able to read that room, that uncanny knack of spotting a flicker of resistance, or maybe that glint of a buy-in. But they can't do that if they're on stage firing off charts and trying to present to the whole room. Instead, they need to be in the back of the room, watching how each word lands, scanning the room like a hawk. That's when the most experienced person is doing their best work, because they're also the only one that can interrupt the speaker and say, hey, we just need to go back to that point again. Can you just explain that in more detail? Let your second in charge do the presenting. Let them dazzle with the presentation, the slides and the performance. For more tips on how to be strategic at work, follow this account